Welcome to Beyond the Needle, the Aesthetics Business Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Ruse. I'm a former clinic manager turned digital marketing freelancer, and I've had the privilege of helping dozens of aesthetic practitioners across the UK and beyond grow their business. So I know firsthand just how challenging it can be to build a successful aesthetics practice in today's competitive market. Each week, I'm here to share real, actionable strategies and bring on expert guests to help you level up, attract more patients, and build a standout brand. Let's turn your passion into a thriving business together. Hi everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Beyond the Needle, the Aesthetics Business Podcast. And thank you so much for tuning in and for being here. I am incredibly excited to finally release this podcast. It's been a little idea in the back of my head for what feels like a very long time. So I'm really excited to finally be bringing it all together and to be delivering these episodes to you, which will be coming out once a week and are designed to be kind of mini trainings that sit in your pockets and can be accessed from wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whether that's walking the dog, on the school run, setting up between patients, on your lunch break, whatever it might be. And they're going to be delivered by me and by other experts occasionally within the aesthetics field to help you take your business to the next level and to reach your goals. And I thought long and hard about what I wanted this first episode to be about. And I finally landed on an idea that I think will bring value to many of you, no matter where you currently are within your aesthetics business. And that is how to go from zero to fully booked as an aesthetic practitioner. So whether you are right at the very first initial stages of your journey into aesthetics, whether you're just starting out in your training and you're thinking about what you need to do to ensure that you have patients coming through the door when you are ready to get going on your own. Or maybe you're an experienced aesthetics practitioner currently working in a clinic, thinking about setting up and doing something for yourself. Or maybe you're an established clinic owner who has an existing patient database, but maybe wants to take their business to the next level. Maybe you want to start reaching more of the right types of patients, more of your dream patients. Or maybe you are thinking about bringing on team members, so you're going to have new diaries to fill. Or maybe you're starting to think about investing in a new treatment or device, and therefore you need to start thinking about how you're going to market that to bring maybe a different type of clientele in, or more of the right kinds of people in for that who are going to be interested in that treatment. Wherever it is that you're currently at in your aesthetics business, this episode will help, and it will help make sure that you're not putting all of your eggs in one basket when it comes to your marketing processes, and that you're doing everything you possibly can to ensure that you're getting a steady stream of leads and inquiries into your business every single day. And here's the thing. You don't need a massive following, a big marketing budget, or to be doing everything under the sun to get the results that you're looking for. But what you do need is a clear strategy that's tailored to your strengths, your ideal patient, and the unique magic that you, as an aesthetic practitioner, bring to the table that's going to help you stand out from your competitors. And you need to make sure that you're communicating that properly within your marketing efforts. So within this episode, I'm going to walk you through 6 key strategies that have worked for many of my clients, real practitioners who went from maybe once feeling invisible to completely booking out their schedules. We're talking about everything from niching down on socials to optimizing your Google business profile to creating content that actually works. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's get started. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about today is niching down on socials. And I feel like this is something that isn't really spoken about much when it comes to marketing advice. But niching down can be a real game changer for your business, and it can ensure that your marketing is actually seen by the right people. So the idea of narrowing your focus can feel scary, especially when you're in the early stages of your business and you just want clients, you just want patients coming through the door, and you're quite happy to treat anyone and everyone. So you might be thinking, well, I want to appeal to everyone. I want to appeal to those in their 20s, people in their 30s, people in their 40s, men, women, people who want filler, people who want skin treatments, people who just want skincare. And I get it, when you're starting out, you really just want clients. But here's the thing. In marketing, there's an old saying, if you're speaking to everyone, you're actually speaking to no one at all. Let me give you an example. You have 2 practitioners and they're both based in the same area. One of them posts about everything on their social media. On Monday, they posted about Profilo. On Tuesday, they posted about microneedling for acne scars. On Wednesday, they posted about non-surgical rhinoplasty. On Thursday, they posted about chemical peels for acne-prone skin. On Friday, they posted about skincare. Their feed is a mixture of posts aimed at totally different people with totally different needs. Now, the other practitioner, their feed is all about one thing. Let's say natural looking filler enhancements. Every post is tailored to one type of person who wants subtle natural results. Perhaps it's somebody in their 40s or 50s who is maybe starting to see more pronounced signs of aging. They're heading towards menopause and the signs of aging are really starting to ramp up. Sun damage is starting to catch up with them, and they're generally noticing that they're looking a lot more tired than usual. They feel like they've aged 10 years. They no longer feel confident. They feel like their appearance on the outside doesn't reflect what's going on the inside. And they're looking for somebody to help them overcome these concerns and feel like the confident best version of themselves. And that practitioner shares FAQs about fillers. They address common filler myths. They talk about how to reduce swelling after fillers. They share patient transformations. They post storytelling content about how they took their client from X to Y and helped them achieve their goals. All of their content is very geared towards that person who is in their 40s, starting to notice more pronounced signs of aging, who wants somebody to guide them to looking and feeling like themselves again. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't just offer fillers and I wouldn't just recommend fillers for this person. You know, they might need skin boosters, they might need polynucleotides, they're going to need a good skincare regime, and that is fine. Because your social media isn't designed to sell treatments. It's designed to help you build trust with your patients and to help them see you as the go-to expert in your field that is going to help them overcome their concerns. It's not designed to sell fillers to people, to sell Botox to people, to sell polynucleotides to people, or even skincare. It's designed to position you as the person that is going to provide the solutions to the problem that your target audience have. So all you need to do is to create content that is going to help you appear as that trusted expert to your target audience, so that when they're ready to book a consultation, they're going to come and they're going to book a consultation in with you and they're going to explore their options. And at that point within the consultation, you can then walk them through all of the things that they may need to explore in order to achieve their goals. You can create a bespoke personalized treatment plan that incorporates all of that different things. So it might incorporate a course of skin boosters. It might incorporate some dermal fillers to restore lost volume. It might incorporate Botox to improve lines and wrinkles, and skincare to support their goals at home. But you don't necessarily need to explore all of those different treatments and post about all of those different treatments on your social media to get those people through the door. If you focus on one area, you are going to be seen as the go-to expert in that area for your patients. So if you like to work with that menopausal woman or that perimenopausal woman who is starting to notice more pronounced signs of aging and wants to do the things that are going to help them overcome those changes and feel like themselves again, that is the kind of person you need to speak to very clearly within your content. And if you like to work with the younger person who is looking to prevent the signs of aging, or if you like to work with people who are combating acne or pigmentation or acne scarring, that is the area to focus your content in. But when you look at those two practitioner examples that I've given you, the one that posts about everything, anything and everything and is talking to absolutely everybody, and the one who's very specific about one particular treatment and one particular type of patient within their content, which one feels more like the expert? The second one, right? Because their messaging is focused and you know exactly who they're for. And if you're in a stage of business at the moment where you need to get more bookings, what have you got to lose by niching down in one area? Niche down, try it for a couple of months, and if you don't see the results that you're looking for, pivot your strategy and try a different approach, because that's what marketing is all about. It's about trying new things, testing different things and finding what works for you. So how do you niche down? Well, start by asking yourself a few simple questions. Firstly, what treatment are you most passionate about? What do you love doing the most? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What do you want to be known for? So there are certain practitioners within the aesthetics field who are known quite well for one particular treatment. So it might be non-surgical rhinoplasties, natural lip enhancements, non-surgical skin tightening, or even specific devices like lasers. Ask yourself what you want to be known for in your field and make that a focus of your content. And then finally, establish who your ideal patient is. So what's their age, what's their lifestyle, what are their biggest concerns, what are their desires, what are their fears, what's holding them back from treatment. You need to understand all of these different things about your target audience so that you can effectively speak to them within your content. And if you don't know who that person is and what those facts are about your target audience, go to your patient database if you have one and look at the similarities between your patients. So what age group do they fall into? Are they mostly women or are they mostly men? Chances are they're mostly women. What are the kinds of things that people say to you during the consultation process? What are the words that they use when they describe their concerns or how it's making them feel? When you can replicate that language within your content, it's going to speak to those types of people much more effectively. So instead of using industry jargon and talking specifically about treatments, talk specifically about the concerns or the desires and use the language that people use when they speak to you about those concerns and desires within your content. That is going to land and resonate with your target audience so much more effectively. So once you have those answers to your questions, start tailoring your content to those types of people. And remember, you want to be very, very, very specific to one type of person. And when we talk about niching down, you can pick a treatment that you niche in, whether that's fillers or a specific area of fillers like the non-surgical rhinoplasty or natural lip enhancements. Or it can be a specific type of person like the perimenopausal woman, or the woman who's just starting to notice more pronounced signs of aging, or the postpartum mum, or mums with young children who feel that they look really tired and need to regain their confidence postpartum. But the goal is to speak very specifically to one type of person or make yourself the go-to expert in one type of treatment, and you will see much more effective results. And once you've niched down effectively in one area on your social media, so if you've niched down into fillers, you can then start gradually bringing in other treatments that complement that, like the skin boosters, the polynucleotides, the biostimulators, but focus very specifically in one area to begin with. And you also don't need thousands of followers to succeed. I have worked with practitioners who have a couple of thousand followers, even just 1,000 followers, and they consistently get leads and inquiries from their content because they're speaking to the right people with the right message. You don't need 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, 50,000 followers to have a successful business and to be getting consistent leads and inquiries from your content. You really, really don't. I think a lot of people get quite hung up on their follower number, but actually, if you're posting content just to go viral or to get more followers, you're likely going to be neglecting the many people who already follow you who will eventually buy from you if you nurture those followers. So the goal should never be to go viral. It should be to connect deeply with your ideal patient. You need to ask yourself what the goal is of your Instagram. Is it to get new leads and inquiries? Is it to fill the diary of your clinic in Bath, Bristol, wherever it might be? If so, you don't need to be reaching hundreds of thousands of people with your content all over the UK and beyond. You just need to be reaching the right people in your area to see the results that you're looking for. So don't get hung up on followers. Make sure you're creating the right content, niche down, make sure you're targeting a very specific type of person or making yourself an expert in one specific treatment within your content, and then I promise you will see far better results in the long run. So the second thing that you need to do if you want to be fully booked is optimize your Google business profile. I feel like this is a tool that is often overlooked by business owners, but it is incredibly powerful. And I do obsess a little bit over Google business profiles because this is an area where potential patients for most aesthetic clinics within the right catchment area go to find a clinic at the moment when they're at their highest point of intent. And by that, I mean they're ready to go. They've decided that they either have a condition that they would like to resolve or an aesthetic concern that they would like to improve, and they are ready to do something about it. So if your clinic isn't appearing when they make that search, then no amount of website elegance is going to help, and they'll end up with one of your competitors instead. And your business profile should become part of your weekly, monthly, and quarterly marketing plans. And the good news is it doesn't have to be a huge sap on your time. I believe very strongly that putting effort into Google Local is one of the most effective models for attracting new patients to your clinic, and then using social media to engage them both as they progress through their consideration process and once they become a patient, to ensure that you remain front of mind. So if you don't know what your Google My Business profile is, it's basically a listing, very much like the Yellow Pages for any older listeners who may remember the good old Yellow Pages back in the day. And this information is used for Google Near Me searches, which appear on the Google search results and in Google Maps too. So essentially these search results will appear on the first page of Google, and that's even more important on smartphones when people are searching on their iPhones, for example. And typically only 3 results are shown, so it's very competitive, but the rewards are great. And actually over 70% of all traffic for a search term is taken by those top 3 results in the map. So it really is a very, very valuable tool for your business and something that you should be utilizing. And the work required to establish a strong Google local presence starts with your Google business profile. So if you don't already have your Google business profile set up, get it set up and verify your listing. So you'll need to create or claim your Google My Business listing to begin with, and then you want to start optimizing it. So you will need to enter your business name, your address, your phone number, and select the appropriate business category. Make sure you've added your website link, add your opening hours, and remember to update them if they change seasonally during holidays. Add your address and place a map marker and add an area code to your phone number. Then you also want to include relevant keywords to your business. And these are the kinds of keywords that people are going to be searching for when they are looking for the services that you offer. One thing that people often miss is choosing relevant categories. So Google allows you to select primary and secondary categories for your aesthetics practice. So the primary category should best describe your core offering, for example, aesthetic clinic or skin clinic, while the secondary categories can represent additional services or specializations, for example, dermal fillers, laser hair removal service, skincare clinic, etc. Accurate categorization helps Google better understand your business and therefore rank you higher for relevant search queries. So you also want to write a compelling business description. So your Google business profile listing features a description field that allows you to provide more information about your aesthetics practice and go into a little bit more detail about your offering. So you want to use this space very carefully to highlight what makes your business unique and why potential patients should choose you. Keep it concise, keep it engaging, keep it informative, and avoid any promotional or salesy language or any jargon that the general public may not understand. Add high quality photos to your Google business profile, and I don't just mean go on there, upload some before and after photos, upload a few photos of your clinic, and that be that. Obviously upload those photos that you do have, but you want to make sure they're high resolution images and videos that showcase your clinic, your treatment, the results that people can expect when they work with you. Consider adding team headshots and images of the equipment or the skincare products that you use, and regularly update this. So make sure you're going in perhaps every quarter and updating your visual content to keep it fresh and engaging, because Google likes it when people keep their profiles up to date and when people are very active on their profiles, and therefore it will reward you for doing so. And probably one of the most important things that you need on your Google business profile is regular reviews. So Google reviews are a crucial factor in your local SEO performance. So you want to make sure that you are encouraging satisfied patients to leave positive reviews as much as possible, and then make time to respond to those reviews, whether they are positive or negative. That is equally as important. But by engaging with your reviewers, you will show that you value their feedback and are committed to providing the best service and improving where things go wrong. But getting consistent reviews will also help you rank higher in those Google search rankings. So you really do want to put the effort into getting consistent Google reviews. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to follow up every patient who leaves your clinic with an email that asks them to leave their feedback. And you can set this up automatically with most CRM systems, but it will ensure that you are touching base with your patients and optimizing your chances of getting a review out of them. And finally, with your Google business profile, you want to make sure that you are regularly deploying Google Posts. So Google Posts allow you to share updates, promotions, and events directly on your Google business profile listing. And regularly posting engaging content that showcases your latest treatments, any special offers or upcoming events that you have going on in the clinic keeps your listing fresh and relevant and increases the likelihood of potential patients engaging with your practice. I actually have one more thing that I'm going to add here, and this is often missed on Google business profiles. On your Google business profile, there will be an area for people to leave questions and answers. So a section where potential patients can ask questions about your clinic, about the treatments that you offer, anything like that really. And this section should be regularly updated to provide accurate answers to any inquiries, and they can also help you rank for specific search terms. So it not only demonstrates your expertise, but it also helps build trust with potential patients as well. So if you're not getting people asking questions on your Google Business profile, you can just go in there and ask those questions, adding questions that patients typically ask when making an inquiry or during consultation, or frequently asked questions about specific treatments, and then just go in and reply to those questions. No one will know that it's necessarily you that's left those questions, but it is going to help optimize your Google Business profile better and help, like I say, establish yourself as an expert and build trust with potential patients who are looking at your business page. There is a lot more that I could talk about when it comes to Google My Business, but these are kind of the essentials that you need to have in place when it comes to optimizing your business profile. But it's super, super important that you have one set up. So if you don't have one set up, make that a priority, go away and get that set up. It doesn't take long and it will make a huge difference in how people are finding you. So the third thing that I'm going to talk about is making it easy for people to book with you. So this might kind of sound obvious or go without saying, but there are still a lot of people, especially in the early stages of your business, who don't have their online booking system set up, or maybe don't think it's necessarily important. But we have to appreciate that people are very time poor these days. And when it comes to searching for services or browsing social media, browsing the internet, a lot of people are doing that possibly late at night, after work, after they've sat down after dinner in the evenings on the sofa, or at the weekend, maybe on a Sunday morning or a Sunday evening. And if you don't offer online booking, you are missing out on these patients who are ready to book but can't. And a lot of people won't put in the effort to make an inquiry and then wait for someone to get back to them to book an appointment. They will just go to the next person in the area who offers an online booking where they can get something booked in there and then for a time that suits them. So if you don't have your online booking already set up, do get that set up and implemented on your website. Most CRM systems, I know Paboo and Aesthetic Nurse Software, all have the facility for you to have your online booking set up on your website. So it really is a no-brainer. And when you have that online booking set up, make sure your booking link is everywhere. And I mean everywhere. You want it in your Instagram bio. You want it very, very clearly on your website, and not just at the top as one of your tabs on your website. You also want it very, very clear at the top of your homepage. So one of the best things you can have on your homepage is a few lines at the top about who you are and what you do and who you serve, and then a call to action button underneath to book a consultation. And have that button appear frequently throughout your website, on treatment pages, on your price list, on your contact page, and also as a button at the top of your header section on your websites. The easier you make it, the more likely people are to book with you. So when it comes to social media content, and Instagram in particular, obviously you cannot put clickable links within your Instagram captions, and I don't think that will ever change. Instagram, at the end of the day, their priority is to keep people on their app, not to be letting them go off here, there, and everywhere on the internet. So that is likely never going to change, but obviously you can have it in your bio. And there are AI tools that are making it easier to give people that instant response when they want to make a booking. So there are tools like ManyChat, which I might do a podcast episode on a little bit later on, but there are tools that you can use that will help point people to your online booking facility, or to give people more information when they're ready to find out more. So for example, in your call to actions on your social media posts, you can say things like, to learn more, comment the word ready and I'll DM you some more information, or comment the word ready to be sent the booking link, whatever it might be that your call to action is on that specific post. And with these AI tools, you can set them up so that when someone comments the word ready on your post, they will automatically be sent a message to their inbox that gives them more information, that starts that conversation with them and provides them with your direct booking link. And that, it might sound small, but that really can help when it comes to converting patients, when it comes to taking people through to the next step, so they don't have to go to your link in bio and then click through again and find your online booking. They can just comment the word ready, which literally takes them all of a second, And then the conversation is opened up with them in the DMs, and they have that online booking link there ready if they want to go and book a consultation there and then. But if they don't book that consultation, you have them as a lead in your inbox to follow up with. And if they don't book a consultation, you can follow up with them in a couple of days, ask them if they have any other questions, and take them through your typical sales process as you would any other lead who had perhaps contacted you via your website. So it's a very effective way to get more out of your social media content and to open up the conversation with people who may have taken a little bit longer before they finally made that decision to book, or who may have gone to your local competition eventually. But because you have caught them there and then, and you've used an effective call to action that's opened up that conversation with them in your DMs, you've caught that lead there and then, and you can then nurture them through your sales process and hopefully convert them into a paying patient. So the fourth thing I'm going to talk about is building relationships with local businesses. So referrals really are gold dust. Partnering with local businesses with very similar target audiences to you. So think about businesses where your target audience already go. So maybe local boutiques, hair salons, bridal shops, coffee shops, gyms, personal trainers, all of those kinds of people. Partnering with those kinds of businesses is a great way to grow your brand awareness and potentially get some new people through your doors. So for example, I have a client who recently partnered with a high-end hair salon in their local area, offering free skin consultations and skin analysis to their clients. And in return, that salon offers a discount to that clinic's patients. So it's kind of a two-way referral scheme going on, but they both have very similar target audience, so it makes sense for them to collaborate. They recently ran a Instagram competition together and they did an Instagram live. So they were really maximizing on each other's audience. And this can be a very effective way of getting your business in front of fresh eyes and people who are the right kinds of people, because not only are they local people, but they're also the kinds of people that this clinic wanted to be attracting into their clinic. So don't underestimate the power of partnering with local businesses. And this could be as simple as sharing local businesses' social media content on your own stories and giving them a bit of a shout out if it's a business that you've been to recently or that you've bought a product from. If you go into a local coffee shop at the weekend, share it on your stories and tag them. That can be really powerful for just starting to build your local community presence a little bit on Instagram and open up the conversations with different businesses. And you never know where that might go, and you could even think about hosting an event or a Q&A night within your clinic and inviting those local businesses with similar target audiences along to help host that event with you and invite their own audiences. So maybe that's a local dentist or a local PT or a local makeup artist, and you could do kind of a bridal night for brides who are planning their weddings. And even if you do nothing else, follow those businesses on social media, follow them on Instagram, engage with their content, and hopefully they will follow you and engage with you back. And you can start to build a relationship from there. And that's also very good for your algorithm, because when you're engaging with people in your local area who have similar target audience to you, it starts to show the algorithm the kinds of people who you're trying to get your content in front of. So build relationships with local businesses as much as you can in multiple different ways. The next thing I want to talk about is investing in your content. So if I was to open a skin or aesthetics clinic tomorrow, the first thing I would do is book a brand shoot with a photographer who had the right kind of style of photography for my brand. And I would invest in a content day with a content creator who could come in and get some video content of me, of my clinic, of me doing treatments, of me doing consultations. So I had as much content as possible to support my social media marketing and my website. This is so key. And I think a lot of aesthetic practitioners make the mistake of investing a lot of money into training, devices, products, PR, their website, which are all important things, of course. But the practitioners who stand out on Instagram are the ones who invest in their content. They're the ones who have professional photos of themselves, not just headshots, but a nice selection of brand photos that will help to tie their content together and on their website and make their branding look very consistent across all of their channels. They're the ones who have good quality videos of them speaking to camera, videos of them performing treatments, videos of treatments from start to finish, videos of different stages of the patient journey. They have a wide variety of content that they can then utilize on their Instagram or their TikTok, and therefore that content is going to perform better. They're going to be able to test more different content formats with it. They're going to be able to do much more with it, and therefore they're going to see better results from their Instagram overall. I have worked with a lot of clinics and practitioners over the years, and one thing that I can really say for certain is that those who invest in their content, who have a good bank of imagery, and who regularly film video content are the ones who do the best. They're the ones who get consistent leads inquiries. They're the ones who have an engaged following, who, because their audience know them, they feel like they know them as a person. They are able to build that trust with their audience, because at the end of the day, people buy from people. They don't buy from logos or stock imagery. Like, they don't connect with that, but they're going to connect with you, and they're going to connect with the value that you're giving them, and they're going to be able to resonate with you a lot better if they feel like they know you, they like you, and they understand you. And you will grow much quicker on social media. And I don't just mean in your following, but I mean in the kinds of people that you're attracting and how many leads and inquiries you're bringing in with your content if you invest in your content. When patients are trusting you with their face, they really need to feel confident in your ability, and your content is the first step in building that trust. So don't underestimate it. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about today is fully optimizing your website. So getting your website up and running is one of the first things you should do when setting up your aesthetics practice. And if you don't have that set up already, prioritize it. I think a lot of people think that setting up a website, it costs a lot of money. It can cost a lot of money, but it doesn't have to, especially in your first few years of business. You just having something there that is going to help you start to build that Google presence is far better than having nothing at all. And there are some great websites like Tonic Shop who have really nice website templates that you can then hire someone to set up for you. You can easily set up your website for less than £1,000 or £1,500. Yes, that's still expensive, but it's an investment, and it's an investment that will pay off in the long run. But some people spend far more than that on their website. My point is, you don't need to spend thousands and thousands of pounds to have a good website. But what you do want the website to have is a mobile friendly design, because most visitors will view your site on their phone. So you want to make sure that it works optimally for mobile phones. You don't want to spend money on getting a website set up for people then to land on it and not be able to navigate it properly on a website, not be able to use the tab properly at the top to find what they're looking for. Then they will just leave and go somewhere else. So make sure it has a mobile friendly design. Make sure that you have the basics of your SEO set up, and that might just be hiring somebody one-off to go in once your website's set up and optimizing it for SEO, and making sure you have the right keywords on there, that everything is coded properly in the back end so that it's going to appear on Google in the right searches. So you want to make sure that keywords relating to the treatments that you offer and the area that you're located are consistently appearing throughout your website. So for example, if you offer lip fillers and you're based in Bristol, you want to make sure that lip fillers Bristol is a keyword that you are going to rank for in your local area. So therefore, that keyword needs to be used consistently throughout your website. Include reviews and before and after photos as much as possible. Make sure that your treatment pages have before and after photos featured on them. Even better if you can get a video on there, that will really help with SEO. So what you can do is have a video on your treatment pages connected to a YouTube channel where those videos are hosted, and that could be, you know, sitting down and talking more about that treatment in more depth, answering FAQs, that kind of thing. But having videos on your treatment pages will really help with your SEO and will help keep people on your treatment pages and on your website for longer. You want your website to be easy to navigate, so make it really simple for people to find out more about your treatments. Your pricing is really key, and having a clear booking link, so a clear button to book with you directly at the top of your treatment tabs, as well as a contact tab for people who just want to make an inquiry. And don't underestimate blog content. This is super important and really, really key for having an effective website. A lot of people don't understand the importance of blogs, and a lot of people use blogs to share updates about their clinic, and that's fine to an extent, but primarily your blog content should be used to support your SEO efforts. And the best way to do that is to write blogs about things that people are searching for on Google related to the services that you offer. So for example, off the top of my head, a very, very commonly searched term on Google is how Profilo compares to dermal fillers. So because this is so commonly searched, you want to make a blog post that addresses that question. So a blog post titled Profilo versus dermal fillers. which is right for me, or Profilo versus dermal fillers, which is better. And that blog post should be ideally at least 1,000 words long. It should have multiple headings. It should have those keywords relating throughout. It should have your location within that multiple times. And it should have a clear call to action at the bottom. And what I like to do with a lot of my clients' blogs is use their blog content as a way of building their email list. So a lot of people who land on your website and read a blog post aren't necessarily therefore going to go and book straight away. They've just found you. They've not built that trust yet. They don't even know if this is something that is necessarily right for them. And they're, it's a big buying decision. So it's going to take them a while to feel confident that they want to book that appointment. But don't lose that website visitor. That's taken a lot of effort to get them there. You've put all of that effort into writing that blog post. They've come over to your website. You want to make the most of that person. Get them to sign up to your mailing list. Have a call to action at the bottom. Maybe something that gives them a freebie. Maybe something that gives them, if you're open to discounts, 10% off their first treatment or a free skin analysis. But what can often be more effective is giving people a freebie that they will receive there and then in their inbox that's going to help them on their journey. So we know that people who are reading this blog post are interested in exploring injectables, dermal fillers, Profilo, whatever it might be, but they're looking to explore those treatments probably because they've started to see the signs of aging and they're wondering what's right for them. If you can give people a free guide that they will receive in their inbox as a thank you for signing up to your mailing list, this is called a lead magnet, that is going to get them on your mailing list where you can then follow up with them in your email marketing and nurture them in your email marketing until they eventually become a paying customer. But you're not going to lose them. They're not going to come off your website and go somewhere else and never come back. They're on your mailing list. They're now a warm lead, someone that you can potentially convert into a paying patient later down the line. So this is a really, really effective tool. Don't underestimate the importance of having good blog content and building your email list. It's really easy to set up. Create a PDF on Canva about something that is going to help people, maybe a free guide to finding a safe aesthetic practitioner or a free guide to help people understand what injectable treatment might be right for them, and have that linked with your email mailing platform. Maybe it's MailChimp, maybe it's something like Flowdesk, so that when people sign up to receive that freebie at the end of your blog post, they will receive that in their inbox and they will go on your mailing list and receive future email marketing campaigns later down the line. And this can be a real game changer for a lot of clinics. So definitely start introducing blog content into your website if you haven't already. And if you already do have blog content on your website, just make sure you're writing about the right things, because I see it a lot where people just share clinic updates or they just talk very generically about treatments instead of actually looking at what people are searching for. And a really good tool to use to understand what people are searching for is Answer the Public. AnswerThePublic.com, you can go on there, you can type in keywords relating to your services. So for example, lip fillers or polynucleotides or acne or gels, marionette folds, whatever it might be. And you can see exactly what people are searching for relating to those keywords. And then you can take those search terms and write blog content to support them. Just make sure that you are optimizing those blog posts with the things that I have mentioned previously, and including a good strong call to action at the bottom so that you're getting people to sign up to your mailing list. So there you have it, 6 strategies to go from 0 to fully booked. I really hope you found this helpful. There are so many other things that I could have spoken about, but I wanted to keep this episode quite concise and focus on the key areas that people tend to miss when it comes to their marketing, or they don't optimize well enough. But I might do another episode on this a little bit later down the line and focus on some other strategies that you can implement as well. So yes, don't put all of your eggs in one basket with social media. I feel like a lot of clinic owners put a lot of emphasis onto their social media, and yes, it can be a really powerful tool when used in the right way, but don't neglect your website, don't neglect your SEO, don't neglect building relationships with local businesses, and don't neglect building an email list either, because this is such a great way. Building a thriving clinic takes time, but with these steps that I've spoken about today, you'll be well on your way. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a fellow practitioner or leave a review, subscribe. And if you have any questions, don't forget you can connect with me on Instagram at Bloom and Beyond Studio, or head over to my website, www.bloomandbeyondstudio.com, to get more resources or to get in contact with me. Until next time, keep showing up, keep serving with integrity, and building the business that you deserve. Bye for now.